waking up one morning and looking at your thermometer, minus 50 degrees Celsius. You step outside, and the air feels like it has turned into ice. Your eyelashes begin to freeze. Your breath becomes a cloud of crystals. And somewhere outside, your car has to be kept running simply because turning it off could mean it never starts again. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. This is real life. Welcome to Oymyakon, Russia, one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth. Deep in northeastern Russia lies the vast region of Siberia. And within the Republic of Sakha, also known as Yakutia, is a remote settlement called Oymyakon. It is surrounded by enormous distances, mountains, forests, and some of the harshest winter conditions on the planet. Oymyakon is often described as the coldest permanently inhabited place on Earth. In 1933, temperatures in the area reached approximately minus 67.7 degrees Celsius. That's colder than most people can even imagine. At this temperature, exposed skin can become dangerously cold within minutes. Metal becomes painfully cold to touch, and even simple everyday activities can become serious challenges. So what does minus 60 degrees actually feel like? Imagine taking a breath and feeling the cold air attack your lungs. Your nose begins to freeze. Your eyelashes collect tiny crystals of ice. The moisture in your hair can freeze almost immediately. Even a simple task like going outside to check your mailbox can become a battle against the elements. And there's another problem. At these temperatures, ordinary materials don't behave the way we're used to. Plastic can become brittle. Rubber can harden. Batteries lose power quickly. And machines become much harder to operate. In Oymyakon, winter isn't simply a season. It controls almost every part of life. One of the biggest challenges is transportation. Imagine parking your car outside, turning off the engine, and discovering hours later that the engine has frozen solid. For residents dealing with extreme cold, keeping vehicles operational can require special preparation. Some drivers leave engines running for long periods. Others use heated garages or special systems designed to keep engines from freezing. Because here, a dead battery isn't just an inconvenience. It can become a serious problem. So why would anyone live in a place this cold? The answer goes back generations. The people of this region have adapted to the environment for centuries. Traditional livelihoods have included reindeer herding, horse breeding, hunting, and fishing. And despite the extreme climate, communities continue to function. Homes are heated, food is prepared, children go to school, people go to work. Life continues, but almost everything requires more planning. You don't simply walk outside wearing whatever clothes you happen to have on. Layered clothing is essential. Fur and insulated materials have historically played an important role in protecting people from the cold. Here, clothing isn't just fashion. It can be survival equipment. And then there is food. At temperatures far below freezing, nature provides something unusual. A giant natural freezer. Freshly caught fish can freeze extremely quickly. Meat can be stored outdoors for long periods. But preparing that food is another story. Some foods become so hard that they must be cut or chopped while completely frozen. What looks like an ordinary meal to someone living elsewhere can require completely different preparation here. The cold isn't the only challenge. There is also the darkness. During winter in this part of the world, daylight becomes extremely limited. The sun stays low on the horizon. And for long periods, darkness dominates the landscape. Imagine waking up, going to school or work in darkness, returning home, and seeing almost no sunlight. The human body is not naturally designed for such an environment. Yet the people here have learned to live with it. But Oymyakon isn't frozen forever. And this is
Dinner's
where
almost
the
ready.
story gets even more fascinating. Summer can transform the landscape dramatically. Snow disappears, plants return, rivers begin to flow, and temperatures can rise surprisingly high compared with the brutal winter. The difference between seasons can be enormous. One moment, the land appears almost impossible to survive in. Months later, can look completely different. But why does Oymyakon become so incredibly cold? Several factors come together. The region is located deep inside a massive continental landmass, far from the moderating influence of oceans. During winter, the ground loses enormous amounts of heat. Cold, dense air settles into valleys, and the surrounding geography can help trap that extremely cold air near the surface. The result is a powerful natural refrigerator. On a massive scale, and perhaps the most remarkable thing about Oymyakon is that people don't spend every day thinking about how extreme their environment is. For them, this is home. They have families here. They have traditions. They have communities. They have memories. They laugh. They work. They celebrate. They live. The cold may be extraordinary to us, but to the people who call this place home, it is simply part of life. There are places on Earth where nature seems to say, humans were never meant to live here. Oymyakon is one of those places, a land where temperatures can fall below -60 degrees Celsius, where machines struggle to function, where darkness can dominate the winter, and where the simplest tasks can become tests of endurance. Yet people remain. They build homes. They raise families, they preserve traditions, and they continue living. Perhaps that is the real story of Oymyakon.
We love it here. This is our home.